Thank you for joining the Impromptu Life. This is Artettina, and we are going to be doing some coffee paintings today. This chicken painting, I thought I had hit the record button and it did not record that one, but the rest of them I got. So we have six paintings here, a couple rabbits and a couple hummingbird. And like I said, the chicken one I missed, but I'm just kind of showing the different, I'm doing a very inking like technique, just some values. I do like to do these in more detail, but these particular ones I did not do in that much detail. I also did these on the 5x7s, and I'm also using the 30% cotton hot press, so it's a very smooth watercolor paper. And now that I basically feel like I've got a better swing of this particular watercolor paper with watercolors, I'm still struggling with the coffee on it. Usually I use the 100% pulp paper with the coffee, and it pulls up well and has a little bit of a texture. And on this, it's so smooth, and for some reason the paper's absorbed, probably because of the cotton content, the paper keeps absorbing it a little bit, and sometimes you can even see the coffee from the back. But I think they all came out really well. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in for the regular starting price and then like do what I normally do, which is just gradually, I just let people have their pick, and then what's left over is I gradually lower the price after a little while and until it sells. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. I have entertained the idea of just because these are the 5x7 size, and it's just more of a inking version without as much detail, of just putting these in an auction. But I really haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. They may be up by the time you see this video, or you can keep checking back in. If you don't see them and you haven't, and this video's been out for a while, they might be sold. I don't know. You just have to go check and see what they are. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this process and watching these being painted. I do have it time-lapsed so it looks like I'm doing them quickly, but I'm not doing them that quickly. I know with me and watching videos, I like to kind of just see it get done, and I love the time-lapse videos, so that's what we're doing here. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that like button, and it really helps me out. And if you have an artist in your life that likes to paint and see fun, creative ideas, be sure to share this video out with them. Coffee is, and I use the instant coffee. Like I said, I do get it as thick as like a sumi ink thickness, and it's relatively cheap if you think about it, being the instant coffee to paint with. It takes very, very little of the paint, of the coffee, and it does smell wonderful while you're painting. But that being said, it is a little bit of a tricky thing to paint with. But once you've got your fixative spray and everything on, of course you won't smell the coffee, but it will sometimes even give it a nice little sheen, and because coffee has a tendency to have a little shininess, and that's why I like to put it on a little bit thick in a couple places, even though, like I said, the cotton in this paper's kind of fighting that look a little bit that I like. But they're very cute. I still really enjoyed them. So please leave comments below or any questions that you might have. I do try to remember to check in and answer those, and of course I always appreciate that kind of fun stuff. But this is just kind of fun, different creative stuff we're going to be doing. Down in the description below, you'll find the links to the different platforms that I sell my art on. And I think there's also some on the About page. But this is where I'm generally sharing like all the creative, like artistic or building or making things is going to be on the Impromptu Life. And hopefully we will be building even more larger projects again soon here. And that will be a lot of fun. I hope to. I don't have the beginning clips because it's been in storage for quite a while, but I'd love to get that 7-foot cat finished. But we're far out from that. We're going to be doing some other things first, and that'll be a lot of fun. But I did notice that on the last coffee painting ones that we did, that people seemed to enjoy that video and enjoy the shorts. So I just thought, well, I'll do some more coffee pieces here. And I know somebody was interested in some more lop-eared rabbits and stuff, so I decided to do a few more of those. But like I said, you just have to kind of check in and see what I have going on. I do have only one octopus, but I do like to kind of have an octopus in inventory. And when that one sells, I'll probably do another one. And of course, the donkeys and mules, some of my favorite animals to paint. So I had to do a donkey because I'm always like, well, like what's associated with coffee? And I'm like, well, donkeys are associated with coffee. And and I love donkeys. I love mules. So of course I was like, I had to do another donkey. And this time I decided to do a full face profile, and which was kind of fun. I struggled with it just a little bit. Again, it's just learning this paper that's got cotton in it that's absorbing differently, so it's a little bit of a challenge. I do have a tendency to love to use the pulp watercolors, and I also like the 100% cotton, but this combination cotton where they've pressed it so smooth that it's just really smooth, I kind of like that for detail stuff, but the coffee, I wasn't going that detailed with these particular coffee pieces, so I didn't really need it for, say, detail, right? But at the same time, I did like how they came out, and it was just, when you put it on really thick, it's hard to, if it's too thick, control where the coffee's moving, because it doesn't have that texture holding it in place. So I thought it did relatively well, but it's just one of those things I was just thinking about it a little bit more, like, oh, it's pooling up over here. Oh, it's my color's leaving the eye area, and I didn't want it doing that, so I'd have to go back and clean it up a little bit. And the more you rub or clean up on this material, I've noticed it's probably because of the different things in it that I didn't want to lift it, and I didn't want to encourage it to bleed through to the back, because the other papers, and this is a thick paper, it's just the other papers, it doesn't bleed through the back like that. Here I dried a little bit, so you can kind of see how beautifully dark they dry. Here is the chicken one, and I feel so bad. I looked up and I was like, I can't believe I didn't have the record button pushed on that one. But here's the donkey. He came out looking so cute. And then the hummingbird. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next creative or making art or making things video. I do love that what I did with these two, with those little coffee splatters. I made them into little flowers by putting little stems on the splatters. So I thought those came out really cute on the rabbits.